guys and welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new. Oh my lord. You will not believe what has been happening this week. Things have gone a total 360 and I'm now a high risk pregnancy. As much as I'm trying to make a joke out of it, it ain't no joke. The camera I think is gam, but I don't really care right now. I cannot be bothered getting up to move it again. So I'm currently 32 plus 1. I had a scan last week that I was telling you that I was going for, and previously the fluid was 3.1 centimetres. They like to see it between 7 and 21, but mine was 3.1. I was really hoping that I would go into the scan and they'd be like, fab, it's gone up to 5 or even better, like 8 or something. Yeah, didn't happen. So I had the scan. It was actually a doctor that did it, like my the doctor that I see on the assessment unit, she did it. She was scanning away and she noticed that there was only one pool of amniotic fluid. Last time there was 2, and one by his feet and one just under his neck, and the biggest one was 3.1. So as much as they were concerned that it was low, there was 2 pockets of fluid, so that was better, and it was 2.2 centimetres. At the time I didn't realise like how bad that was, but I'll get into that in a minute. She also, when she was measuring the baby last time when she measured, I think I was 29, but I was measuring at about anywhere between 27 and just under 29. But this time he was still measuring about the same. And then as they do the weight, it like pops up in the bottom of the screen what the estimated weight is from everything that they're calculating. It was 3 pounds. But he was also only 3 pounds in the scan that I had before. So he hadn't grown. I thought like maybe it would give a different kind of reading afterwards, maybe it would change after they'd measured everything, but it didn't. But at the time I kind of just thought, oh, 3 pounds, and I thought, oh, that's fine. But then I remembered, again, I'm going ahead of myself, I'll just get there. So after my scan I went to see a consultant, and when I sat down she just started talking about my cesarean and stuff and what the plan was, and then she went, okay, let's have a look at the scan and let's talk about the scan. The problem that we have is that baby has stopped growing. I don't know why I didn't like think when it said 3 pound that I knew it was 3 pound the time before. But I thought like maybe he didn't put much weight on, like maybe they didn't tend to put that much weight on at that stage, but I guess they do. I get myself like worked up to tell the story and then I just like run out of breath. So she showed me my growth chart, and I think the growth chart is kind of a mix between your scan. Like some of them are for, there's like a graph and they measure it during your scan and they plot it on the graph, and they also take measurements from your pubic bone up to the top of your bum and they also plot them on the graph, so it's like a mixture of scan ones and your bump ones. But I think my 3 previous ones were all from scans. I mentioned last time he's within normal range, but he's just at the lower end of the centile. But he was kind of following the line perfectly until this last scan. So he was going like this and then he's just gone like this. So it's kind of gone like this, which is not good, but there's not much I can do about it really. I wish I knew, like, is there something that I'm not doing right? I think it's a lot emotionally to take at the moment, just because I feel like I've done wrong. I don't know, I just feel like I'm doing things wrong. So then she went on to say the fluid's 2.2, there's only one pocket, so we have to do fluid scans once a week and growth scans once a week. So now I now have 2 scans every week till he's born. It's Friday now. I have one on Monday and I have one on Wednesday. And after every scan, I have a consultant, a doctor and a midwife see me, and I have monitoring. So they are like taking really good care of me and looking after him and making sure everything is okay. They also offered me daily monitoring, but Bangor's pretty far from where I live. It's about 25 minutes in a car, then you've got to find a car park space, which is impossible, and then you've got to get in. So it just takes a long time. So I said, instead of doing the daily monitoring, because I have Gray and stuff, like he's not going to want to like sit there while I go on the monitor for half an hour every day. And you know, it's going to cost a lot in fuel and stuff. I'm just, as much as I feel bad for not doing it, it's just so far. So it'd take about 40 minutes there and 40 minutes back with parking and getting in. and then fuel costs above all of that, and I just like, I don't want to be worried about money, especially with everything that's going on, because I've had to kind of, I don't know, it just costs a lot to travel. That's like a quarter tank of petrol every time we go, so if I was going every day I would have to fill my car up every 4 days, and that's just like not realistic. You know, I'm disabled, I can't afford things like that. So as much as I do feel bad, I just asked, please could I, like, if I feel any different on any day, can I just go in on that day? And they said, yeah, that's totally fine. If you feel any different, if you get a headache, if you get any kind of symptom, if you have decreased movements, just go in, they'll see you straight away. So it's really reassuring that I can, even though I can't commit to going every single day, if I felt like I needed to go every day, I would. But most days I feel okay and he moves and stuff, so I feel happy with the arrangement that we've come to. So I have 2 scans a week, consultant, doctor, midwife, monitoring, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. After that, when we talked about the fluid, she said, because there's only 2.2 centimetres of fluid, you literally could come in on Monday, go for your scan. If there's any less than 2 centimetres of fluid, you will be having an emergency C-section, which is absolutely fucking terrifying. Because, I mean, he's 32 weeks. On Monday he'll be 32 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. 32 plus 4. I know babies who have been born at 32 weeks and are thriving and are doing amazing and are like completely on track and are healthy, but it just scares me because full term is considered 37 weeks, but they won't really deliver till 38 weeks. So just the fact that there could be something wrong when he comes out or something just really, really scares me. I don't want to cry because I've got to go out tonight to my to Baz's niece's 18th birthday meal, so I don't want to cry. But I am feeling like so emotional over all this, and Instagram has actually been a huge help. I've been posting kind of updates on Instagram and stuff, and people have been letting me know their stories and things that have happened to them, and showing me pictures of their babies that were either born at 32 weeks or were having struggles with amniotic fluid and no growth, and then they ended up going full term and over. So I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. You know, I could have a baby on Monday, which would be very scary, but he could go all the way to my C-section date, which is the 27th of June. When she was telling me all this, literally I was looking at her and the whole room was just spinning around her. I don't know if I was just shocked or if I was just having a dizzy spell, because I get dizzy quite a lot lately, but I literally was just thinking, how am I going to drive home? I literally could not see her. Like, I was looking at her like this. She was probably like, what are you doing? We came up with a plan that we were going to stick to all the arrangements, but we were also going to book a cesarean for, unfortunately, under general anaesthetic for the 27th. So I have my pre-op on the 26th of June, and then at 10 AM on the 27th, that is my C-section date. Probably won't be 10 AM, but that's the date that they give, that's the time that they kind of give you, and then if emergencies and stuff come in, then obviously they go before you. But I doubt that I'll make it to there, and she also doubts that I will make it to there because that is at 39 weeks. But I could do. I hope I do. I kind of hope I go a little bit early, like 38 maybe, because it's my sister's prom on the 39th and they're like record of achievement thing that we get to go watch, so I really don't want to miss that. Cross fingers. Honestly, all I want is to have a healthy baby and a happy baby. All I ever wish for my kids in life is for them to be kind to others, for them to be happy and for them to be healthy. Especially like with me going through the stuff that I've gone through and I'm still going through with my health. Health is like the #1 thing for me. Like, all I wish for is healthy babies, healthy family, healthy friends. Oh God. So that is what's going on. I also had to go to the hospital last night I had some decreased movement, so I said, okay, I'll go in. I went in, they put me on the monitor. He livened up straight away, like literally he's usually pretty flat on the monitor and they get worried and stuff. But last night he was totally lively. It was great. But then for some reason they took me through to labour ward, and I was like in a delivery suite labour ward with my sister and a boyfriend, and I had to sit there for 30 minutes and then they had to do a speculum again. And then the doctor came back, they took my bloods, and they were saying that they were testing me for preeclampsia, and they actually got my blood second time this time, which is not very like normal for me, because if you remember my last story, I had 26 needles in 2 days because I've got shit veins. I would show you my bruise, but I feel like it's gone down so much right now. You can't really see it on camera, but I'll include a picture here because my bruise was terrible. I loved it. I thought it was like, I was like, it's a piece of art. I love it because I never bruise, so I was like loving it. But yeah, I'm so happy that Gray is such a happy little angel babe. Like, he's so good. So it's been pretty easygoing. Although I'm having these complications, I know that I can rely on Gray to kind of work around me, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like he senses when I'm stressed or sick or something, and he kind of just calms down, or, you know, does his own thing. So I'm very, very blessed. Bump wise, my bump is still pretty small. I've actually counted and I've only put on 4.5 inches since I found out I was pregnant at 23 weeks. Which doesn't make sense because I feel a lot bigger, but I do still fit in my jeans, which is strange. Like, I can close them totally fine. Again, I'll insert a picture here. No idea how I'm still fitting into them, but apparently I still do. Yeah, so after that last night, they tried to put me in as an inpatient, but I just wanted to get home. So I had to self-discharge because I felt fine. He was moving fine, I knew he was fine. So I self-discharged and said, I'll ring you in an hour and a half when my blood results come in, and if I do have preeclampsia, then I'll come straight back in, I promise. So they were not happy that I self-discharged, but it wasn't for like a selfish reason or anything. I just felt fine. I knew that like my car was there. It would be a kerfuffle having someone to like come and get the car with someone that can also drive the car and the car that they came in back home, getting me a bag because I was in jeans, you know, it would just be a kerfuffle, and then I'd just be sent home today anyway, so I'd have to get someone to come get me. And I needed someone to have Gray, of course, so yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here because it's just been such a long story, so I'll just like stop rambling right now. And I'll give you a bump shot. This is where we at. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.